Let's talk UFOs. Last week, under orders to reveal more information about unidentified anomalous phenomena, or UAPs, the Pentagon released a new batch of government documents. So the question is, do they help answer the question, are we alone in the universe? Channel 7's Andrew Mobley checked in with some UFO researchers in Arkansas to find out. Andrew.
Arkansas has had some famous old UFO sightings in its history, and as such has long had a community of researchers, enthusiasts, and believers. Back in 1896, people in Arkansas were seeing mysterious objects flying in the sky that many termed airships. Then in 1966, Arkansas had another rash of sightings of strange aircraft. According to the Air Force, as many as 1,500 people in Fort Smith saw UFOs. We spoke with UFO researchers Maureen Richmond and Mark Wentz, Arkansas's Mulder and Scully, about the Pentagon's recent releases. They say some of it is compelling.
The one where the little dots are flying around the submarine, and the little dots did seem to be anomalous. There was one release that caught my attention. That was the one where the tic-tac looking kind of ship was following a looked like maybe a jet airliner, an airplane.
Interest in UFOs hit a fever pitch 2 years ago when an Air Force whistleblower made incredible claims that the federal government had evidence of alien life and had an off-the-books program to reverse engineer alien technology. Despite a Pentagon study released back then that found no evidence of extraterrestrial intelligence, some believe those claims, and some House lawmakers want to know what the Pentagon might not be telling them.
There is an off-budget allocation of taxpayer money to run programs that are related to studying UFO, UAP craft.
Richmond and Wentz believe the government has much more sensational information on UFOs than it's been releasing. Evidence even of alien life.
The stuff that I think the public wants to see, that would be the actual aliens themselves, the actual true ships, not little fuzzy blips going across the screen. I'm 100% positive the government has access to those.
It's possible that what we have just seen here through the month of May is a drop in the bucket.
But Michael Borelli with the Central Arkansas Astronomical Society is skeptical.
There has been nothing of substance released. And in fact, as I told you, there's statements saying, no, there's no conclusive evidence of extraterrestrial life. We have been looking for extraterrestrial life officially since about the late 50s, early 60s. And there's an official program, there's a website for SETI, Search for Extraterrestrial Intelligence. We haven't received any signals from outside of our own planet. That would be something that would be great to know that we're not alone.
Fun fact, during those 19th century airship sightings, the Arkansas Senate did a resolution to tax UFOs on any cargo they were transporting over Arkansas. So if they are here, that could really boost our state's general revenue fund. On your side, I'm Andrew Mobley.
We will find out, I guess. Andrew, thanks very much. If you would like to see the Pentagon's latest release of UFO files, just click this story on KATV.com.